Hi, I'm Malika reporting live from CES 2016, and today I have a special guest with me.
Hi Malika, my name is Blandine Antoine. I work as iRobot out of our Bedford headquarters in Massachusetts.
Great, and so I heard you are a girl guide. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, so I'm originally from France, as you probably can tell from the way I speak, and I was a Girl Guide for about 10 years there before I became a group leader. So I'm totally supportive of the Girl Scouts' efforts to bring STEM education into the public eye.
Great, so want to explain to us a little bit about what you do, what your job entails, and things like that?
Sure. So I'm a part of a small team where we do corporate development, and that includes both strategy projects as well as looking into new products that our customers might be interested in. And so recently I've been more and more involved on the product development side, which I find to be absolutely thrilling because it involves a mix of activities and skills. We do a lot of consumer research. We also build prototypes. We tinker with technology, trying to find what's the best way to get the nicest, coolest technologies into people's homes at the lowest cost possible. And that makes for quite an interesting challenge.
Absolutely. And so what encouraged you or inspired you to get into a field such as this?
I think I'm lucky in the sense I have had quite a bit of a random path, both in my studies and in my professional life. So I started out thinking I wanted to be a researcher in academia. So I did a lot of math and physics in college. Ended up with a bachelor's in science, which I found was fascinating but very remote from people's lives. So I wanted to do something a bit more practical, so went on with graduate studies in energy science, which I thought was also fascinating and led me to do a PhD in a topic that was somewhat related initially but expanded to be completely different. I wanted to do energy science. I ended up looking at safety of radiotherapy devices, which is to me a very relevant topic for people, and I think that's what drove me. I wanted to find something which was intellectually challenging, where I was able to bring up my neurons and get them to work a little bit, but also that was relevant to people. In the process of doing research, I realized that it was a little too solitary for me, and I wanted to be in a little more of a team environment with shorter term targets, because the research I've been doing might have impact in 20 years, which I think is great, but I wanted to see more immediate results, and that's why I went first into consulting and then moved into industry, joining iRobot this year.
Awesome. Well, I'm part of my school's robotics team, and I know that personally I had to face a lot of difficulties being a female on the robotics team. Tell me a little bit about your struggles, or if you've had any struggles being a woman in the technology field.
I love that question because I get it all the time. I am lucky in the sense that I've never felt any pressure not doing science. I think science is great for everybody, girls included, as long as you have a curious mind and you're not afraid of exploring it in environments that are not necessarily built for female, but that are rarely antagonistic to women. So for example, my undergrad was actually in a military school. So I went to boot camp training, I did an internship in the military and the army, work in tanks and stuff, and people respect your choices as long as you're able to explain them in a rational way, which is basically the same as boys. So I really encourage people to explore their passions, and if girls want to do what is typically not a girl's job, well, good for them, and they should try it. And people will encourage you, as has been my experience. Currently, my team, I'm the only female. iRobot doesn't have a lot of female employees, but we are looking to get more of them, so we're actively trying to encourage STEM education with girls. We have a very proactive STEM effort. We participate in National Robotics Week. We do education in our community. So we want females to join because we know that having a more diverse workforce is good for everybody. You know, it encourages creativity, gives you more ideas, different ways of looking at problems. I could go on forever. I think it's a fascinating topic, but really don't be afraid is my end goal.
Well, it's so great to have female role models like yourself in the tech field, just encouraging girls that they can do and pursue their passions. So
I'm lucky because I have 2 girls at home, and a boy, but the 2 girls, I'll make sure that they get their hands onto technical stuff quickly enough.
Very good. Well, thank you so much for being here. It was great having you.
My pleasure.